I want an abortion and a divorce. I came to this sub because I want to tell this to somebody, and it seems that I can only keep it to myself. I cried for several hours, and I'm very scared and tired, so I think I'll be rambling. I just want to put this somewhere, and my husband and his family don't know English, so this place makes me feel safe. I learned that I am pregnant this morning. I don't know how long that has been. I told my husband the next moment I knew. He was happy. He told me he was glad. He was very happy when he left to meet his parents. I opened my door today to my mother-in-law and him. He did not tell me she would come, and he knows I don't do well with unannounced visitors, especially of that importance. It was her second or third time at our apartment, but she acted like it was hers. She ordered me to sit, and I felt so anxious. My heart was beating so fast. It all felt so unsafe. I kept looking at my husband, but he never looked me in the eyes. He was looking at the floor or at his hands. His mother demanded a paternity test right after congratulating me. It felt so awful. She didn't see anything rude or bad, but it felt like she did. It felt like she called me a prostitute. I was shocked, and I kept trying to get my husband to look at me, but he would not. She noticed and ordered me to look at her, and that her son would not help me. It felt so scary. She started to threaten me with the lawyers that are friends to their family. She told me that if I was smart, I would go with her to the clinic tomorrow, and this will all be over with. It felt so awful. I felt like I was completely at the mercy of this woman. It felt like she could just grab me and put her hands inside me herself, and my husband would not protect me. And the most disgusting of it all, it felt like she somehow did that. It felt like she somehow put her hands inside me and tainted whatever is there. Whatever I felt for my husband died at that moment. After the shock and the fear, I felt disgust for him. I felt sick sitting there. He looked so disgusting and pathetic sitting there silent, not protecting me. It felt disgusting that I ever let him touch me, let him do this to me. Like all of the love I had for him was tainted too. All I managed to say was that I needed time to decide. She told me there is nothing to decide. I told her that I am shocked and I need time. She told me that this was what she was afraid to hear, and it's all very clear to her. It felt like I would throw up. I wanted to cry so badly, and my voice was shaking, but I didn't cry. She said that she is sorry that it had to be this way, but she gave me 3 days. My husband stood to see her out, not saying a word to me. He went to see her to her car, and I was left alone. I immediately cried. I felt so scared. I felt like they could barge in and just take it out of me if they wanted. Like they thought so little of me. Did my husband always think that I was cheating, or did she? Did they always look at me and thought that I was unfaithful? I threw up several times because I was crying so hard. Why didn't my husband protect me? This is not who I married. The last time I felt so unsafe was when I was in my parents' home, and I vowed that I would never feel this way again. I married him because I felt like he could protect me, and he didn't. I still feel sick and disgusting for letting him touch me, for being pregnant by him. When I heard him come back, I locked the door to the bathroom and have been there ever since, crying. He didn't say a word to me. I am waiting for him to fall asleep so I can fall asleep on the couch we have in the kitchen. I don't ever want to be in the same bed with him again. I may not think clearly, but I want a divorce. I will never feel safe with this man, and I would never love him again. I know that for certain. I will never be sure that he will protect me. I can't stay. The thing that makes me scared is that I want an abortion. It was the first thing I Googled. What I have inside me is his. It ties me to him and to his mother. I want it out. While I was crying, I scratched my stomach unintentionally, and now it is all red and itching. I can't think about what is inside of me without crying in hysteria. I want out. I want to be safe. It's strange and cruel, but I don't feel bad for wanting a divorce. I will lose the future that I wanted and all of my friends, and I will have to start all over again. But I did it once when I left my birth house. I will do it again. I feel nothing towards what is inside of me. It reminds me of his mother, and it scares me. I want it out. I never thought about abortion before, never been around pregnant people much. Right now, I don't feel anything, but writing this post helped me calm down, and I sort of have a plan now. I don't know if I should move out first or go to a doctor first. I'm afraid they will lock me if they find out. For some reason, this reminds me of the time I left my parents, and my head feels clearer. I'm not so panicked anymore, and I mostly feel numb. But I was crying a lot earlier. I guess that's all. I want to sleep, and I need to go to work tomorrow. I think that is good because I have the excuse to be out of the home. I don't feel safe here.
Do you guys want some more tea and some more drama on people you're never going to fucking meet, so it really doesn't matter? It's my tea. It's my drama. So let's get into it. So my weekend this weekend started early. It started on Thursday. And before you guys fucking judge me being like, she is always out partying. You're goddamn right. I'm young, and as long as I get up the next day and get my shit done, what does it matter? Sue me. Anyways, Thursday. So Thursday morning, I text my boy B-Dog. And I was like, yo, they got bass bingo at Larimer Lounge tonight. We're fucking going. Be ready, 5:30. And he writes back and he's like, we're fucking so back. And I was like, we're so back. So 4:30, I give him a call. He answers it and he goes, what? And I'm like, what's up? On my sad girl shit. And he's like, I don't think you heard me. What's up? And I was like, hey, sorry, my vibe's kind of shit right now. I had to put my dog down. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah. So is there any way we could like meet up a little bit before base bingo and like celebrate my dog? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Where are we going? And I was like, well, let's meet at Yacht Club because they have hot dogs there. They're like known for that. So we can have a dog for my motherfucking dog. And he's like, woo, I'll be there. So I'm with my mom. My mom and I pull up to Yacht Club and we get there before B-Dog gets there. So her and I have a shot and we have a drink, right? And we go like to Toby, we take the shot, no big deal, have a drink. And my mom starts like tearing up. She was like, let's do one more. And I was like, let's do one more. And so then we have another shot, no big deal. We go and sit down by like the big ass windows and it's just her and I sitting there. And we're just talking about Toby, this, that, and the other. And every time we bring up Toby, we get like tears in our eyes. So we cheers and we're like pouring out a little bit for our dead homies. That's what we kept saying, like, pour some out for my dead homie. And like she's laughing, she's all in it. We have tears in our eyes like streaming down our face. B-Dog pulls up and I cannot fucking imagine how much of a dog shit vibe it is pulling up on your friend and her fucking 60-year-old mom as they're crying in a bar in broad daylight. That I'd be like, God, this is something of fucking like nightmares are made of. So he's like, oh, hey ladies, and like gives us both a hug and we're like, go get a shot and drink on us for Toby. And he's like, awesome. So he comes back, like rips the shot. And then we're all like, to Toby, and we all cheers. And my mom and I like take a sip and we all go, pour some out for my dead homies. And so my mom and I like pour a little bit out on the floor. The bartender goes, quit fucking pouring your drinks out on the floor. Fucking stop. And we're like, yeah, why are we doing that? That is bad behavior. My bad. So like, you know, clean it up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So then, like my mom's like, I'm going to dip out. And by this point, I've had like 3 strong drinks. And I look at B-Dog and I was like, you ready to go to base bingo? And he's like, are you ready to go? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. He's like, okay. So for those of you that don't know what base bingo is, it's in this like the ski house, which is attached to Laramie Lounge. And it's a giant fucking tent. And it's at 5:30 in the afternoon. This is important because the sun is still bucking out. And what it is it's like you play bingo for a chance to win concert tickets all over the city. It's sick. I love it. And there was a set of Woolly tickets I had my eyes on and I wanted to go. Anyways, so we pull up and we both had a few drinks at this point. So we go in there, we grab another drink, we grab a bingo card, we go to the back, and we're standing at a table. And for some reason, this next drink I have is just hitting me like fucking Tyson in its prime. And I'm like, whoa, I'm sauced. Well, I'm not like a sad drunk ever, but you know, after putting your fucking dog down a little bit. So imagine this. There is fucking wooks everywhere in pashminas, the res glasses, like the finger spinner things with like the towel or whatever it's called. And there's like, woo, 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 and like a DJ playing. And then there's like some wook at the front being like, B22, B22. And here I am, hunched over this table in my glasses like, my Toby. Did he say B22? B22. My Toby. Like, I look a fucking mess. And of course, we didn't fucking win anything. But I had like 2 drinks while I was there. So now I'm 5 drinks in, and it's like not even 7:30 yet. Like, I am loose off the goose. So because I've got like googly eyes because I'm so like fucked up, I've got my sunglasses on. Well, I'm standing there, and this is important what I'm wearing. I looked very out of place. I am wearing this like very cute like yellow top and like these really cute little jeans and all my jewelry, my hair up, my little sunnies. And I look out of place. This girl who can't be like taller than, I don't know, 4'11", remember I'm 6'1", walks by me, pulls her like res glasses down, looks me up and down and goes, little lost, don't you think, Four Eyes? What the fuck? I just caught a fucking stray. So I take my glass off, I go, what the fuck? And she's like, oh fuck, you're the girl from TikTok. And I was like, yeah. She daps me up, she ended up being like really fucking cool, whatever. But I was just like, oh shit. Well, after that interaction, my boy B-Dog goes, yo, I think we gotta get you out of here. I was like, I think we do too. So he's like, do you want to go to the Rat Shack by your house? And I was like, yeah. And that's the place that does like the beer, the shot, the cigarette, and like throw darts. I'm not going to ever tell you guys the name of that because to be completely honest, that place sucks and the drinks are cheap. If you guys all start going there, supply and demand's going to go up and they're going to start raising prices. I don't want that. That's my favorite bar. Fuck no, I'm not telling y'all. Anyways, so we go over there and I don't need another drink. I don't. Like I'm trying to like throw darts and I'm like hitting the wood above it. Like this is not good. And so he looks at me and he's like, hey, listen, let's get you some food and call it a night. And I was like, I don't want to call it a night. He's like, we're going to get you some food and call it a night. So we go to Pie Hole. And it's not until we get to Pie Hole with these like blinding lights that I realize I am sauce. I have 2 huge slices of pizza and like my cup of spicy ranch. And I'm sitting here like, my Joey, like dipping my pizza in it, like shoving it to the back of my throat as far as like my hands will let me. And he's like, slow down, girl. ain't fucking going nowhere. I was like, I miss him. He's like, okay, but come. I was like, mm-hmm. So then he gets me in an Uber to go back home, right? It's not until he opens the Uber door to like get me out, to like walk me to the door, that I am like falling all over myself. I am like sauce. And I was like, the fuck happened? And he's like, get some sleep. And I was like, thanks for a great night out. He's like, babes, it's 8:30. I'm like, sorry. Catch you later. And Fridays are when I go fucking hard. And I don't know why. No, I do know why. It's because I love it. So anyways, I've realized that my role in the friend group is I send the text out about like 5:30 being like, hey everyone, this is like what my plan is. Like if you don't have anything going on, join. If you do, let me know what you're doing and we can like join groups together, right? So it's 5:30 and I'm like, hey everyone, I'm going to be at Justin J tonight at Vinyl. Here's the link if you guys want to come. It's going to be a house show. He's fucking amazing. He's like a local Denver guy. Like it's going to be a good show. They're all like, yeah, fuck it, cool. I was like, sweet, let's meet up at the like dive bar by my house first and we'll all head over together. They're like, cool, great, sounds good. I'm like, fuck yeah. So we all meet up at the Rat Shack, the bar by my house that has the shot, the beer, the cigarettes. We all like pregame there, have like a few drinks, having a great time, right? We load up in the Ubers and go over to Vinyl. Well, when we pull up to Vinyl, it's like 10 o'clock right on the dot. And there is a line literally down the block and around the corner. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I love this guy. I love this fucking DJ and I want a good spot. So I'm like, fuck, why didn't we think to get here sooner? I didn't think of this. So I turn around and I'm like, game time decision. Should we get a table? Guys, should we get a table? Because we can skip the line and go right in. Remember, everybody's a little fucked up, so they're like, yeah. And I was like, yes. All right, let's do it. So we walk up to the front of the line, and I was like, hey, can we get a table? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Have you guys like already got one for the night? And we're like, no, we'd like to get one now. And they're like, cool, sounds good. Well, there's one like security guard that is just in my fucking ass. And I don't know what I did, but I'm like, okay. So she's like being cool to everyone. She sees me, and I've got my backpack on because I'm a backpack girl at heart. She's like, let me see what's in your bag. Let me see what's in your bag. And I was like, damn, bitch, okay, fine. So I take my bag off and I open it and I like hand it to her. She reaches down with her flashlight and there's like a little shooter fireball that I forgot I had in it from like forever ago. She's like, you cannot bring this in. And I was like, that's fine, no big deal. And so then she reaches back down in my bag and what does she fucking pull out? She pulls out my fucking $350 bottle of Tom Ford Lost Cherry that I forgot was in my bag. And I'm like, oh, fuck. She's like, yeah, you can't have this. And it was the way she said it that I was like, are you going to make me throw this away? It's perfume. She goes, can't bring this in. And I'm like, are you joking? It's very clearly perfume. And she's like, well, you can take it home and come back, or I can just throw it away. And now I'm a little like sauce and ornery. And I was like, throw it, I don't care. She's like, And she throws it. And now I'm just pissed. I'm like, wow, cool. And then she opens up the front pocket and there's like, I have like a little travel size one too. And she's like, can't have this either. I go, I can't have the travel size. Are you fucking joking? She goes, no. Did you want to come in or not? Because all my friends are already in looking back at me. And I'm like, throw it, fine, whatever. And she goes, good choice. And throws it in the trash. And I'm pissed. I'm like, there's no fucking way that just happened, but whatever. I don't give a fuck, whatever. So we get in and we go to like the second layer of security. We're like, hey, we'd like to purchase a table. And they're like, yeah, we're actually not doing tables tonight. We're like, oh shit, you're not? They're like, no. We're like, so we just got to skip the entire fucking line. So we walk in and there's nobody there. And Justin J's doing an open to close set. So we are right on the rail. Like, so if he's playing right here, here's the rail. We are first line of defense. And it's also me and my friends that are all tall. So we are like fucking linebackers. Looking back on it, sorry to anybody that was standing behind us because that's like looking over like the Great Wall of China. I get it. It was not great. It is a fucking banging show. We are having so much fun. And also, every time I get a little sauce, I DM Justin J and I'm like, yo, great fucking music, dog. Love you. Which, he'll like thumbs up it once in a while. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. But so anyways, I am sitting here, mouth breathing, hot as fuck, because I wore my big ass coat, my backpack. I got my phone in like this DJ's face, like, I love you, I love you. And he's like, like bouncing around, like, cool. Well, then I put my phone away finally. And behind him, there is like this really hot, tall guy, like directly behind him, like catty corner. And he's looking at me. And I'm looking at him, but I'm a little soft, so I can't actually tell if he's looking at me because you know it's dark. And he like points and he goes, come here. And I go, me? And he goes, yep. And I turn and I go, I'll be right back. So I like waddle my way through the crowd and I walk up to him and I was like, hey, Morgan, like I normally do, you know, because I'm always on the prowl, I'm having fun. And he tells me his name and he seems really hot, right? And I'm like, but I'm also like sauce and it's dark and like strobe light, so I can't really tell. But all I know is he's a lot taller than me. So I was like, what's your name? And he's like, huh? And I go, what's your name? And he leans out, and I think he's going for a kiss. He's going to hear what I'm saying. So I just grab his head and just start making out with this fucking poor guy. And he pulls back and he's like, well, that was a pleasant surprise. And I was like, give me your phone. He gives me his phone, and I like put my like name in his Instagram. So I'm not gonna give my like fucking number out. And he's like, we'll be in touch. And I was like, I hope so. And I go back over like towards my friends, and they're like, who was that guy? I was like, I don't know. And so we just like go back to dancing, blah, 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 blah. Well, then about 11:30, 12 o'clock, they're all like, it's so hot in there, my glasses are fogging up. It is bad. It is bad how fucking hot it is in there. We're sweating. I take like, I have this cute little like zip up thing. So I take it off. So I'm sitting in like a sports bra and like pants because I'm so fucking hot. And all my friends are like, we need to like go step outside. So we go step outside, and it's only when we're out there that we're like, we gotta like dip. So we end up going back to the bar that like they have like darts and shit at, and we finish the night out there. Where we left off, Friday night, we went to go see Justin J. I lose my fucking shirt in the club because it's so hot I have to take it off. So I have to go to the Rat Shack to throw darts in a sports bra, leggings, and my big like winter coat zipped up. I look fucking insane, but that's how the night ended. Not really anything cool to tell there. But then, Saturday, this is where shit goes off the fucking rails, and it was the wildest day of the entire weekend. So let's get into it. I wake up at 7 a.m. As you fucking do after a night of drinking. Why the fuck does that happen? Well, I realized like nobody else is awake, so I was like, you know what, no big deal. I'm just gonna like rip some of my Addy and like drink a Monster and like start my day like slowly. Well, I do that, and then I put on the Eras Tour by Taylor Swift. So as I'm sitting there singing along, the Addy starts kicking, and I go, wait a minute, I still have all of my beads from when I went to go see Taylor Swift last August in the closet. How funny would it be if I made friendship bracelets with my phone number on it to give to little slam pieces at the bars? So that's exactly what I did. It's fucking hilarious. So I'm like making beads about 11:30. We'll call her A. A's one of my friends that went out with me the night before. She was like, bro, I do not feel good. I need to get some food in me ASAP. Where are we going? And I was like, oh, perfect. Let's go up to Stoney's, like a great like lunch spot. Like it's perfect. It's awesome. Let's go there. And she's like, great. Let's rock up. So we pull up, and remember, she is hungover to bejesus. I feel fine. She's got her sunglasses on. She's got her head down. Like she's got her arms crossed. And we walk in, and normally this is a good place to take someone for lunch. I could not have picked a worse fucking place because they have all of the doors and the windows open, bright as hell, and it's March Madness, and they have the sound on for the game. So it is just like, like just announcing loud as hell. And then there's a bunch of dudes wearing their sports teams all over cheering for their teams, loud as fuck. And she looks at me and she's like, good fucking pick. And I was like, ooh. So we sit down, and I grabbed the waiter, and I was like, we need 2 drinks like expeditiously. And he's like, aye, aye, Captain. He brings them pretty fucking quick. And I was like, slam this. So she's drinking all quick as hell. One of my other friends, we'll call her B, calls me, and she's like, yo, she's got my location. She's like, you at Stoney's? And I was like, pull up. She's like, on my way. So when she pulls up, she's like, yo, the vibes here are dog shit. And I was like, we're working on it. So the waiter comes by, and he's like, what can I get for you? And she's immediately like, let me grab a Bloody Mary. And I was like, ew, okay. And so I grab it, and I go, let's get a Shotsky rolling with tequila. And he's like, oh shit. And I was like, let's run it. So he comes over with the Shotsky, and they both look at me, they're like, Morgan, no. And I was like, Morgan, yes. I already paid for it. We can't let it go to waste. Because, you know, I'm an enabler. I'm a for sure enabler. So they're like, oh, fuck. So we rip a Shotsky, and it's like put us right back on the grid. And now the vibes are immaculate. We've picked a random team on TV. We're like cheering for like Arkansas or some shit. We're like, fuck yeah, go Razorbacks. And like dudes next to us are like high-fiving us. We're like, oh yeah, whatever. So then we get a text from like another group of our friends being like, yo, we're at, and I can't even remember the name of this. Oh, it was Society. They're like, yo, we're at Society, pull up. And so B was like, yo, let's roll. And I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds kind of fun. We could do that. So we call an Uber, and it is the most chaotic Uber I've ever been in my entire fucking life. So the Uber pulls up, we get in, and it goes A first, me in the middle, my big fucking ass in the middle of like a Toyota fucking Prius. And then we got B next to us, right? And as we're driving there, it is dead silent. And B's like, we're not letting the vibes go down. Hey, can we put a song on aux? And the guy is like looking in the mirror, like at the rear view back at us. And he's like, huh? And she's like, can I put a song on aux? And he's like, yeah, okay. And so he puts the song on, and it's Not Like Us by Kendrick. And we're just like rapping, singing along, having a great time. The dude literally won't stop staring at us in the rear view, pulls the car over, and is just parked on the side. And we're like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just want to watch you girls sing. And we're like, ew, brother, what the fuck? And so, but I remember we're a little sauce. So we start going, we'll let you watch us sing if you know the words. And he starts rapping every word. So we're now like hyping him up. And he starts looking at my friend A, being like, yo, what's your name? She panics because she doesn't want to give a fucking Uber driver her like phone number or her name. So she's like, I'm Summer. And he's like, hi, Summer, I think you're gorgeous. She's like, thanks. And he's like, what's your name? And I go, Sarah. And he's like, Sarah. And then he looks at B. And let me mind you, B is a butch lesbian. Like, very butch lesbian, short hair, exactly what you picture. And he goes, what's your name, Bob? And she goes, exactly, Bob. So we all bark laughing, and now we have our alter egos from the day. We got Summer, Sarah, Bob, and we're just leaning all the way into it. He then goes into, like, after the song, drives us to, like, Society, and parks the car. And we're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to come party with you girls. We're like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. Come on in. So he comes and he's partying with us. He's buying us shots. He like stops Ubering. We're just dying laughing. And we're like, okay, well, we're going to like go to another bar now. And he's like, yeah, I probably need to like get working. We're like, later, brother. Like we dap him up, like say bye, whatever. So then we go to the next bar. And now, remember, we are sauced. And we go to Whiskey Row. And I don't know what it is about Whiskey Row, but there was some fucking slam pieces in there. So I immediately, and let me mind you, because I love telling you guys what I was wearing. I had on this, it's like a singlet, I guess that's how you put it. It's like a full one-piece leotard that like flares at the bottom, but it's skin tight and like holds my yitties up to my neck. I looked good. So I take the jacket off so I can get the full effect of like the body, the whole thing. And I load up on the bracelets, right? So I walk up to like these little slam pieces and I like touch them on the shoulder while they're with their friends because I have no problem doing it in a group. And I'm like, hi, what's your name? They're like, oh, I'm Derek. And I was like, hi, Derek. I just have to say, I think you are really handsome. Girl voice back on because they don't want to hear this shit. And he's like, oh, fuck, thanks. And I like go to like shake their hand. They grab it. And then I do this and I put it on their bracelet or on their wrist. And I go, text me, let's grab a drink sometime. And they're like, uh-huh. And I waddle away. And I'm just cracking up laughing. Because I've been doing this all afternoon now to every little slam piece I see. And I'm just like loving this shit. Well, we leave Whiskey Row and we go next door to Riot House. And there's not a soul in there, but the DJ is playing fucking bangers. Well, we start talking to the bartender. And A is sauced. She is loose off the goose, gone, sunglasses on, googly eyes. And she goes, am I allowed to dance on tables? And he goes, I don't give a fuck. Nobody's here. So now we're on the tables, throwing ass back, like twerking, dancing on each other. And we're the only fucking people in here in broad goddamn daylight. Broad daylight. They're loving it. They're playing things. We're shouting out songs. Like, we're just having the time of our lives and getting like ripped on espresso martinis. Well, after that bar, we're all looking at each other and we're like, okay, it's like 4:30. We like if we're gonna go back out tonight, we gotta go home and like take a goddamn nap, right? So we're like, yeah, we all dap each other up, divide and conquer. We go home and take a nap. A is done for the day. She is absolutely fucking done. Well, B calls me and she's like, let's go back out. Let's go. And I was like, how about you come over to my place and then we'll like make an executive decision from there what we're gonna do, right? And she's like, all right, sounds good. And so now it's like 8:30 and she wants to go to X Bar. And I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it that night. Like, I was like, all right, well, I just don't want to go back out. Like, we've been drinking all day. I'm kind of done for once. She's like, fucking pussy. And I was like, okay, damn. So she goes and heads out. I go home and I'm laying in bed, like fully dressed. Like, and as I'm laying there, I'm like, do I want to go back out? Like, do I want to? Well, one of my guy friends calls me and he's like, yo, where are you at? And I was like, hanging out. What are you doing? He's like, yo, Pulpit Mockingbird. And I love Mockingbird. So I'm like, fuck. Do I go? And I was like, let me call you right back. And so I sit there and I literally am like, I'm going to flip a coin in the air. And if it lands on heads, I'm going out. If it lands on tails, I'm staying in. And as I go and find, I don't actually even have a coin. I have to like label a lighter, like H on one side and T and throw it in the air, right? That's so goddamn embarrassing. And so I like take my lighter and I throw it in the air. And in the air, I was like, I'm not going out. I don't even see where the fuck it lands on. I text him, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm in for the night. And he goes, you're fucking sad. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I go to bed. And on Sunday when I wake up, I like wake up actually late this time. I wake up at like, I don't know, noon. And I have texts from so many of my friends being like, yo, Sunday fun day, pull up. And I was like, the fuck I am. So I actually stayed in for once all day Sunday, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, ordered a shitload of McDonald's and was actually a good girl for once. So yeah, that was my weekend. And if you want to know what's happening next weekend, we've got the birthday dinner with a hot girl and her husband. I still have not made up with the friend that's going to be there, and I don't really think I'm going to make up with her. So yeah, next weekend is going to be a rewind of all the OG players.
Am I in the wrong for refusing to give my honeymoon suite to the bride and groom? A few weeks ago, I attended my best friend Sarah's destination wedding at a beautiful, very expensive beach resort. Since it was going to be a big event and I hadn't taken a real vacation in a while, I decided to splurge on myself and booked one of the nicest rooms at the resort. A massive honeymoon suite, complete with a private hot tub, a huge balcony overlooking the ocean, and a gorgeous open concept living area. I booked it months in advance and paid full price. No discounts, no deals, because I wanted to make this a special treat for myself. The night before the wedding, Sarah approached me during the rehearsal dinner. She was super sweet at first, but I could tell that she was buttering me up for something. Finally, she asked if I would switch rooms with her and her fiancé. Apparently, they had assumed the resort would upgrade them for free once they arrived because they were the bride and groom. Turns out, the hotel didn't have any complimentary upgrades available, and their room was much smaller and didn't have any special amenities like mine did. Sarah said it would mean the world to her if I could swap rooms. She pointed out since I was single and alone, I didn't really need all that space, and it would be so much more special for her first night as a newlywed. I told her that I was really sorry, but I wasn't willing to switch. I had paid extra for that room months ago, and honestly, I had been looking forward to having my little luxury experience for a long time. It wasn't just about the size of the room. It was the idea of giving myself something nice, especially after a rough year. Sarah's face fell immediately, and she said, "Wow, okay," and walked away. I could tell that she was upset, but I honestly didn't think it would turn into a thing. The next morning, I found out that several of the bridesmaids were talking about me behind my back, saying I was selfish and didn't care about Sarah's big day. One of them even confronted me and said, if you were really her best friend, you'd want her to have the best experience possible. Even Sarah's mom gave me a passive-aggressive comment about how some people just don't know how to put others first. I still didn't give up the suite. I went to the wedding, smiled, participated, and supported Sarah in every way. But things have been awkward with her since. Sarah barely talks to me now. And in our group chat, a few people still throw subtle jabs about how some yes made the wedding harder than it needed to be. I feel torn because on one hand, it was her wedding. Maybe I should have just sucked it up and switched. On the other hand, I booked and paid for that suite well in advance with my own hard-earned money. It wasn't like I was hoarding something meant for her. It was mine fair and square. So, am I in the wrong for standing my ground and not giving up my honeymoon suite to the actual honeymooners?
My fiancé cheated on me, so I gave his mum the wedding she had always dreamed of. Story time. So I was engaged to this guy who we will call Steve. Classic nice guy, Steve. Bit of a mummy's boy, bit obsessed with football. But you know what? He was cute, he was loyal, the bar is low. Steve had this on-again, off-again friendship with this girl called Amy. And to be honest with you, I always knew that something was very weird about this friendship. They would text literally constantly. And he'd be like, oh, don't worry, babe, she literally feels like family. But you know what? They were more Game of Thrones type friends. Because 2 months before our wedding, I caught them in bed together. And what makes it worse is my wedding dress was literally hanging 3 feet away from them. So I walked in, saw them, Amy panicked, pulled the sheet over her head, and Steve's all like, oh, babe, it doesn't mean anything. Shut up, Steve. What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? So at this point, I did leave, but I made the decision not to cancel our wedding. Not right away anyway. Because ladies and gentlemen, here is where the pettiness kicks in. See, Steve's mum, who we'll call Bertha, had been planning this wedding like she was the one that was getting married. Obsessing over every single little detail. She even went as far as to book the caterers behind my back because she didn't trust my taste in food. The invites were sent, the venue was paid for, photographer, band, flowers confirmed. Now, instead of cancelling everything, I decided to call the venue. And I told them that this event would not be a wedding, it would now be changed to a celebration of freedom. I obviously show up, full glam to the nines. However, I decided not to wear my wedding dress, because you know I could sell it. I decided to wear red. And when I was walking down the aisle, the guests were confused. Bertha was confused, the guests were confused, but Steve, nowhere to be seen. So I got on the mic and I laid it all out for them. Brutal honesty style. And I ended it all by saying, instead of marrying a cheater, I have decided to marry myself. And if anyone is concerned about the honeymoon, because people had donated to our honeymoon cost, I said I'll still be going on it, but I'll be going on it with the best man instead. Which works out really because he's always been more my type. In that moment, I mic dropped and walked out. And the best part of all of it is I could hear Bertha absolutely scream crying. I actually think she cried harder than I ever did. So what do you think? Am I the arsehole for turning my wedding into a public breakup?